Hello and welcome to GoHofstra.com here with head baseball coach John Russo. Big day as we announce the 2020 Pride schedule for the upcoming season. Coach, your overall thoughts on this schedule?
It's a huge day. I mean, this is a pretty historic type of schedule for Hofstra to announce in the spring, and it would have never happened without the help of a lot of people. We had administration with Rick Cole, allowing us to do this where we're going to travel for, 6 weekends to start the year. I had the help of Brian Graff helping to raise donations and get us the help that we needed to have a trip like this. You have Rachel Peel making it work for the students, and hence the little bit of a delay getting the schedule out because it was such an undertaking to get out the schedule we're about to announce.
All right, as you said, it's a lot of traveling in the beating part, but a 53-game schedule, one of the bigger schedules in recent years. 23 opponents on the schedule. Those 23 opponents totaled 589 wins last year, so it's a challenging schedule. Over 25 wins average. Starting off the year in Florida on February 14th, a little Valentine's Day opening series with Purdue. Out of the Big Ten, 20 wins last year for the Boilermakers. Just why don't we talk about Purdue, talk about the early season schedule traveling.
So the first opening weekend, we get to play a Power 5 school, Purdue University, and I think it's really neat to play somebody from the Big Ten, a nationally known program in school, and then we're going to play them at a neutral site down in Florida, in Sanford, Florida, at a historic Sanford Field where we played a game last year against Butler, and now we'll get to play 4 series, open up on Friday night, 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday, versus a team from the North. Purdue's going to have some of the same disadvantages we have with having to warm up and get ready in cold weather. So I love the matchup. I love that we're playing a great team in Purdue, and a team with a lot of new faces, and a team that was just a regional team 2 years ago.
I have to mention Purdue, one of their star players. His name is Bo Hofstra, so it'll be a little Hofstra on Hofstra matchup down in Sanford, Florida.
Stephen Gortoff, he thought that was the main reason we scheduled the weekend, was just because Bo Hofstra was on there. So we'll definitely get some Twitter going. We'll definitely get some pictures when we meet Bo.
From Florida, come back north the next weekend series against LaSalle in Philadelphia. A little wishful thinking to get some games in Philadelphia in February, but again, the Explorers, 25-win team last year, another Northeast team. Let's talk. I'm not going to go through the whole schedule here on this video, but let's talk about some of the other matchups. A trip to Reno, Nevada, where you're going to play Nevada and Wichita State. Again, both perennial solid clubs. 30 wins for Nevada, 28 wins for Wichita State. Thoughts on traveling out to Nevada?
Super excited. I've never been to Nevada, number one. Excited to play at University of Nevada. TJ Bruce is a friend of mine, knew him from his UCLA days, and made us was able kind enough to help us out and get out there and make it work out. And then he called one day and he's like, you mind if we bring in Wichita State? And I'm just like the kids are. Wichita State's a team I grew up knowing, and super excited to have the opportunity to play them. I don't know how else we would have ever played them except for in a regional maybe. So to get the chance to match up with them in this kind of tournament, and it was really exciting and great opportunity to take.
Then a trip to New Mexico for a 3-game series against a 23-win New Mexico squad. Hofstra had played in Nevada, New Mexico once before, back I think in maybe 2000 or 1999. I remember being here and taking it with that trip, going out there. And then you got another trip to Sanford against Dartmouth for a 4-game series. How did that series come about to get a neutral site series in Florida against an Ivy League school?
So we were, that's our spring break week, and we were looking around for opponents to maybe go back down to Florida and play. And so then we came across Dartmouth, and I knew Coach Whalen for a number of years and was able to work out a deal where we're going to be able to play them 4 days in a row, or 3 days in a row, 4 games. So we'll play Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then it worked out really well that week is spring break for us. So then we're going to be able to travel north, play Charleston Southern midweek, so stay in Charleston, South Carolina for 2 days, and then head up on Thursday and play Elon in our first conference series of the year.
Now you mentioned So we'll talk about some of the non-conference games on the schedule. You got Monmouth, LIU Post, Iona, and then you got 2 home games. You got Rutgers and St. John's back-to-back days. 2 power schools coming to Hofstra, coming to University Field. Not very often that you get schools of these caliber to come here. So how did that work out?
I have good friends at both schools, and Matt Wessinger helps me with the schedule, and he has friends obviously connected with St. John's where he played, and good friends with the staff at to Rutgers, and so he was able to do it. Last year we went down to Rutgers and played there, and every year we play St. John's. I love playing Nate Blakemeyer. There's no better coach in the Northeast. More respected, and just great to have him right up the road. So me and Blanky play every year, and we have them coming back to back, and then I think the following week we go back down and play St. John's again in another series. And definitely a tough slate, but we have 14 seniors this year, and I'm super excited to get this whole team in this program a schedule like this.
And now one of the games that jumps out will jump out to everybody on the non-conference schedule. The last non-conference game of the year, getting Stony Brook back on the schedule. The Long Island rivalry. It's been a number of years since Hofstra and Stony Brook have played on the baseball diamond. How excited are you for this Long Island bragging rights game, which will take place at Stony Brook on May 6th?
It's been a lot of years in the making, and definitely owe Rick and Brian Graff a lot of help in that. They were big in happening with the Stony Brook connection and getting everybody on the same page and getting everybody to get this rivalry started again. And Hofstra doesn't have big rivalries per se in our conference, but I think St. John's, Stony Brook, all of those are just natural rivalries, and I'm sure their guys will be fired up. We're going to Stony Brook this year, and I know our guys will be super excited. And we have Matt Sank, who just went into Hall of Fame there this year, and I'm good friends with Matt, and Tyler Kavanaugh on the schedule, who used to coach here, I'm good friends with, and Jim Martin, who Wes is. So we have a lot of connections with their staff and their team, and just be a great game. We're super excited to go back there, and I think that's our last non-conference of the year.
I'll talk about the conference. As you said, you open up at Elon. You got home series against Charleston and Delaware and Northeastern and James Madison. What are your thoughts early going? Obviously, much time left. But what are your thoughts on the CAA in 2020?
The CAA is tough year in and year out, and this is the tough. This is like not every year's not tough, but this year's a little tougher for us because we open up at Elon, then Charleston at home, and then we have to fly back down and play, UNCW down at home. So you get the defending champ in Elon, and then you get the team that won the conference tournament, went to a regional at Wilmington. 6 of your first 9 games away. So we'll know very early on how we do in the conference, and then you get. I think it's William Mary away this year and Towson away. And Towson's a really tough team. They've always played us tough. And William Mary, I haven't had the most success in the world down there. They're both tough places to play. And then, we bring Northeastern and Delaware and James Madison and Charleston here. And so local Long Island gets to see some really good teams, come to the island. That's something I'm excited about, bring teams here so people can see what kind of baseball Hofstra plays, on a weekly basis. Good for our recruits, good for our teams, good for our fan base. And, I just think a lot of recognizable names that just separates Hofstra schedule, a little bit different than what other teams are having.
All right. And like I said, it gets started on February 14th. The entire schedule can be found on gohofstra.com. And Coach, I thank you for joining us and in talking about the schedule for next year.
I appreciate your help me getting this done. Everybody's involved. Everybody plays a part. So thank you.
All right. Thanks for watching.